Hello and good morning, everybody. Welcome to the LCS Lunker Podcast, baby. I am here once again with my co-host Brandon
What?
and Ahren.
Hello.
All right, today we have come together, our final day in Chengdu, to help recap MSI along with cover some juicy LCS news. But we'll start with what's happening in North America. Jensen, he's been replaced by Quad.
Nope.
I didn't expect Jensen to be replaced so soon, considering the fact he did near nothing at MSI, especially during a meta that is technically for him. He just didn't really get to do as much as he had hoped, I guess, and he gets instantly replaced by this player Quad. Do we have any Does this guy where's he coming from? What's Quad's backstory here?
I'm not sure Aaron knows any of it, but
I know a decent-ish bit.
all right.
I was reading
Quad,
about it.
he actually has played in the LCK before on Nongsim, Red Force, which was 10th place, by the way.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He's South Korean,
Okay.
and he was technically imported to play in the NACL roster for FlyQuest. So, and apparently he had a really good season. As we say, apparently, because no one here watches NACL, unfortunately. He had a great season on there. He was smurfing. He was doing all that shit.
I remember seeing him during the little FlyQuest show match that they had during the break.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was him playing.
But yeah, it was FlyQuest versus Fly. Eddy, did you watch?
I did, but I don't know who this Quad guy is. I see the name. I can't put any any
Yeah,
attachment
but you
to
knew
it.
he was NACL mid laner though.
Huh?
Did you not know he was Fly's
No, I didn't even know that. I like Brandon said, no one's really keeping up with the NACL.
Fortunately.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yo, Aaron, you were literally like, hell nah when Brandon said that. So
No. But I'm not talking about keeping up with the LCS. I'm talking about keeping up with the LCS, and then the headlines are like, they promote or FlyQuest to promote NACL mid laner Quad from their promote mid laner Quad from their
Whatever tweet I
it's
saw just said that he was replaced. I didn't see the word promote.
Promoted from NACL, that's how it is. That's why we upgrade our academy talent here,
Yeah.
even if they're imported and they've only played once. But he looked good.
He looked good, yeah.
He apparently has really good English. He's making calls with the other players like Shaden and Chime.
That's good. That's good.
So he is looking like an overall benefit. Inspired got his green card, so they are able to have Whippo Inspired as they're both imports. Well, not Inspired's not an import anymore, so they can have Whippo and Quad, which is gonna be a little rough because now we have Quid and Quad. And it's gonna be funny to say.
I'm excited. It's almost as good as Bin and Bong.
Captain Flyers is gonna have a field day.
That was a year ago. What the fuck?
I know. But now we get actually no. I guess if we're best of three, we're still only gonna get one Quid and Quad match. But
yeah,
still a big fan. Almost it is a good contender for the Bin Bong match.
Quid and Quad. Yeah, this is funny. Anyway, anything you want to say, Eddy, about the information you just learned?
I
think
the bar is kind of set low. Jensen did nothing internationally again with a meta that was his again. This guy can only do better. I don't see Quad doing worse.
Yeah, and also Jetson gets benched, and he looked pretty good when he got benched on by Reaper.
True.
He looked better after that.
I mean, I think he's definitely good enough for LCS, but I don't think he'll obviously get a spot this season. Plus, he's very expensive, I'd imagine. So.
What I think would be cool is that now that it's best of 3, you can actually for these teams that like TL and Fly. Well, I don't expect TL to do it, but I think Fly could definitely experiment with some stuff. Obviously, because it's best of 3 now. Like you can win first game, maybe sub.
I think it's more of a will than a could.
Personally,
Whippo will experiment.
Personally, I know exactly where I want to see him go, which translates to my next thing: more old men return. Eddie,
No,
who
don't
we got
don't
joining
say
the
old.
league?
So if you're calling
No, no,
Speaker
no,
in
no, no, no.
oh
The worst thing happened to me this or a couple days ago, and
what happened?
I I just could feel myself. I could feel my hairline receding. I'm receiving this news. Eddie, you know what the kick 6 is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so thank God. Okay, so the kick 6 for
That was the Auburn, Alabama thing, no? Was it? Aaron?
yo, this is not my fault. I got people coming in my room.
No, it was funny. It was funny. That's what you're talking about. That's the Auburn, Alabama thing. I remember.
I'm glad you kept up, or you at least kept it going for a little bit. But yeah. So Auburn, Alabama. I think it was back in. God,
I don't even know how many years ago. I
when
think
was the kick 6? Kick 6.
was it 7? No, 8. 8 years ago.
No, it was way more than 8 years ago. It was 11 years ago.
I was. Oh my god.
Once again, yeah. Your hairlines are receding.
Oh my
and,
god.
And then so it was 11 years ago, and it was from a man named Chris Davis. Basically, Auburn, Alabama, bitter rivals. They're from the same state, and Alabama's got to kick a field goal to basically win the game because it's tied 28-28. It's a really, really long field goal. I can't remember the exact distance, but it's 50 plus. I'd say 54 yards, maybe 56. They go kick the field goal. It's really, really short. And it instead just ends up in the end zone instead of going all the way through. So Chris Davis is back there to catch the field goal in case, it would be short since it was such a long kick. And so he catches it. And when you catch a field goal like that, you can run the ball. It's free. It's a free ball. So they run it all the way back for a touchdown, and they win the game as clock expires. It's one of the most famous plays in college football. And it was the number 1 team in the country versus the number 4 team in the country in Auburn. But the guy's son, Chris Davis's son, just got an offer from Auburn to go play for them in football, and I genuinely,
That's why you're feeling hairline receding.
I'm like, yeah.
The joint pain is kicking in.
I remember watching that guy in college, or when I was younger, and watching that game, and now his son's gonna be in the league.
I was about to say, I thought this was gonna lean into Speaker returning.
Oh, of course not.
Because you were saying all the old men, and I'm like, what the fuck?
I relate everything to sports. But yeah, so Speaker, another old man returning.
Yeah. Him returning and then XU essentially being let
literally
go.
a year older than XU, by the way.
Yeah. XU being let go is so. I feel like it's rough, dude.
He's an old man, so
Not.
realistically, it's all relative. Like, people consider Faker on his deathbed. That guy's like 28, so it's all relative to esports.
Well, like I said, esports, like 1 year goes by in your life and it's 7 years in the esports world for some reason. But we digress. XU leaving is actually kind of bittersweet just to see, because it's like, okay, Dignitas has, they have Licorice, we got Spica, so they're putting together a pretty good roster, and they could potentially become contenders. But then I'm looking at what they're letting go. Letting go of XU feels so, I don't know, it feels dirty. It feels really dirty. Because he finally gets the chance to try and like join a team, see what he can do, and now he's just been let go, and he's looking for other opportunities. And
yeah, he didn't look that bad either. But
they pushed him the most on the content, so he started becoming like more of the face for the org in the split. It's like weird. And
it's really awkward. I'm not a fan of it. I'm happy Speaker's back, but I'm also very sad that XU's gone.
it really is unfortunate for XU.
It feels very dirty on Dignitas's end, especially since we walked by one of their facilities. I thought Dignitas was one of the homies.
Soy Jack on.
Soy Jack, the Jinx, the yellow Jinx. Legendary image.
Yep.
I think that's it for. Is that it for roster swaps?
Yeah, that's it for roster swaps. I think the last NA announcement would be that we had a fun little C9 versus Fear X show match. So it was our first time we got to see C9 Thanatos. I won't really talk about the first game because it was more of a for fun one where they swapped around the teams. But game one,
Can we talk about Vulcan
a
just
lot
being
of
trapped?
Corki ADC, a lot of Karthus jungle. I think both games had Corki ADC, Karthus jungle.
Can we talk about Vulcan being trapped on a team full of Koreans? And I can already tell the comms had him lost. Like, I know his ass was sitting at his computer like, damn, I wish I had subtitles.
Yep. It was,
Like,
yeah.
damn.
I want to see, because I have to assume, but the other team kind of just spoke English for the most part.
Fear X?
JoJo's team. No, JoJo's team was
Oh, yeah.
speaking English because it was JoJo and Blabber and Thanatos. And I'm sure Thanatos has learned enough English where he can calm with them, and then Thanatos would kind of like try to communicate in Korean. Because I don't think I know Blabber's Chinese descent and JoJo is Korean descent. I'm pretty positive, but I don't think JoJo knows Korean.
JoJo does not know Korean though.
Oh, and they, yeah.
You know how you don't know a language, but you know like hello and then the swears.
Anyang.
Yeah, pretty
Wait,
much.
You know. Yeah.
The show match was very like refreshing because you get to see C9 do something. They go against like I guess a bottom tier Korean team, tier 1
Yeah,
team in Korea.
They were sixth, so like yeah, not completely bottom tier, but yeah, still not.
It's something I like seeing because we get to
It
actually
was
like
fun.
see where their practice is going. They get a little fun little show match to kind of just display what they've done. I find it very funny that Jack was in the back watching intensely with like a clipboard. And I was just staring at him being like, yo, what is Jack doing here?
Yeah, Thanatos was in front of Jack. Jack was behind Thanatos.
Imagine working and you got your boss staring down your shoulder with everything you're doing, dog. I don't know how comfortable I'd be.
On his Renekton and Kennen gameplay.
I don't know how comfortable I'd be, but it was still a very fun match to watch.
No, fun. Went 1-1. I really, Thanatos had some good plays. His laning seems solid enough, but obviously you can't.
I want teams to do this more. Like
freak out
content from teams. I like the trivia stuff, but at the same time, I prefer like this. Show me like a what if scenario, like C9 versus like Korean team, or show me like C9 goes to Europe to like boot camp and fights against like I don't know.
Fear X was the team that JoJo was gonna sign to, right? If you went to the
Yep.
LCK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, I like seeing the kind of what if scenarios of like, okay, what if this team goes up against this team? What happens?
Yeah, a lot of the lower end.
JoJo and
Because
Blabber
it's,
really like running it in scrims, don't they?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the only way they learn. And then you watch them do it on stage, and it's like, yep, don't worry, guys, they're learning. Our two-time MVP, our two-time MVP Blabber, and our one-time MVP Jojo Pune. Yeah, they're still running it down.
Then another reason we decided to delay this episode so we could watch the Fear X and give our thoughts on that. Also, we had because we're sick of them making all these announcements days after we upload these videos. So we also had Hall of Legends. We finally saw that.
Spoiler alert: the first person in there is
Obviously, we knew it was going to
Faker.
be Faker as soon as they said we'd announce the first inductee.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed, but it's fine. It's not really a Hall of Fame per se. It's kind of just. I realized it was more just to sell skins and do an event pass, which I thought was going to be part of it, but I did also not realize to the extent that was going to be. But you got the Faker mobile.
Yeah, they gave him a Mercedes.
An AMG.
Then we saw the skins, the leaked skins. I really like the look of both the skins. I actually like the base one more than the deluxe-ish looking one more.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, there's gonna be a little event, battle pass event for it.
Am I allowed?
They're gonna repeat that every year.
Am I allowed to talk about the fact that they're giving Faker a customized like drop top AMG? I like holy shit, he's him. Like he's him. Like this is the shit you'd see like old white men driving. Like when they can't, then they don't want a Corvette, they go for shit like this, and it's like, wow,
Yeah.
like this is actually a him car right now. Like what? And this Ari skin that they're releasing too, yeah.
But I think it is kind of more exciting that they're gonna do something every year. It does obviously mean way less inductees than I was expecting, which kind of makes it not entirely a Hall of Fame. But I guess with so many less players than a regular sport, maybe it's good that it's 1 a year.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone kind of knew Faker was gonna be the first one. Once.
Yo,
kinda
if
realized
Caps
it was
wins
gonna be
Worlds, he's the
first
second one.
announcement.
If Caps
I wanna
wins Worlds, he's the
see-
second. Let me see it happen.
100% they're good for a retired player the second time, so I feel like you can get Uzi.
Uzi can't go there. Uzi can't go there. No. I love Uzi, but he is
Yeah,
still technically the
so-
greatest player to win like technically nothing. Like he's won MSI, I'll give him that, but he's won nothing compared to others.
They go CHOVY. No, I don't know who they'd get honestly, but I do really think it's gonna be a retired player. I can't imagine.
It's
not-
esports. I don't know what retired
Impact.
player would you.
Not retired, but we get impact. I think.
It doesn't have to be a player, guys.
No, it will be a.
Oh yeah, you're right. No.
it-
Remember, it
is-
could be staff, like someone on like
Give me
a
a Captain Flowers Skarner.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I feel like second one will still be a player.
Yo, Brandon, I'll write that down real quick.
So, I don't know. All right. Well, okay, fine.
Yeah.
What would be your pick in this moment?
Captain
for the
Flowers
second?
Skarner.
That's it, as a player.
Okay. As a player, okay.
Because I really think they'll do player second.
Retired player. I mean,
I
it's
think
clear
he-
love. Clear love.
Clear love.
If we're picking retired players,
Bengi.
Bengi.
I don't know.
Maybe Uzi.
Uzi would be there, but if he's there, then that means the bar's been set kind of low.
There's a bit of a gap though. But it's fine. We can. There's a lot of players.
Because then what are we basing this off of? Like, because there are players who have like completely dominated their own regions, even though internationally they may not perform to the extent of like other players, but like in their own regions they've dominated. So obviously Bjergsen double lift would be in there.
Yeah, I think it. No, I think it's definitely has to be a Korean or a Chinese player. I think.
I think they'll take up the very beginning slots 100%.
I think they'll be retired.
But I'm just saying for the West, it has to be Caps. That's the only player.
Caps will be the first.
Him.
starter.
As crazy as it sounds, I think Reckless. I'm thinking like Western players,
Yeah.
like Reckless.
I think, would be
Reckless is
number
it.
2.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's number 2.
I'm trying to think NA players as well.
Double lift, I feel like would.
Double lift Bjergsen.
NA player.
I think as of recently, Blabber as well.
I think they would do a retired one from the West if it's gonna be an NA guy. 'Cause
Okay,
I think Caps
then
makes sense, but like at the same time, I think
the next Smithy.
X-Smith. Well, double lift is also retired, but yeah, X-Smithy could be it.
He's a
But,
coach right now, but
The double
Moving
MSI
on.
finalist.
real.
To the actual MSI games,
Ah,
CHOVY gets a
CHOVY?
trophy.
he does it.
TROVY.
He
Trophy.
beat
That's
he
what they're-
beat
what
the
street-
allegations.
The streets are
No,
calling it.
no.
I think they're saying,
No.
"Wow, that guy's got a whole trophy. He's TROVY."
No, I don't.
That's what the streets are saying, Brandon.
What?
No.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
think
hearing.
they are.
I got my ear to the ground.
Yo, the streets is lying to you.
So no.
Yo, the streets is lying. They capping.
They saying
Trophy.
he's never gonna choke again.
Okay, he didn't choke. Thank God.
He's
He
gonna
did
win
look-
forever.
He did look weak in that finals, but let's start at the beginning. Of course, T1 versus Team Liquid. A
Yawn.
fine series.
Yon on Sabira. This was the curveball I talked about, by the way, at the last episode. It's kind of what I like spouted about, where I was just like, okay, the way we beat Korean teams is with a curveball, like a whole curveball, and
Yeah.
that was the pick.
Yeah, that was the Samir angle versus the Varus. Of course, I see.
it was so good. No, I was rewatching the VODs because I did not watch that game live. But it's like, okay, this breathes life into us, because if we're able to take a game off a T1 just on stage, like no scrim MVP championship yada yada nonsense, then that means we have hope. Shouts to Fnatic, by the way, the scrim MSI champions.
Real.
Because G2,
BG2,
yeah, the G2 rant after getting 3-0'd, but we'll get there when we get there. Yeah, Val, I'm sorry, TL had lost to T1. Do you have any?
It was 3-1. I'd say it's close. The first two games, obviously, they didn't win. It was close. Like, Oopty. If he
say
won
oopsie?
the Elder Flip. Oopty. If Oopty won the Elder Flip, very real that they would have won on the spot right
I'm
there.
gonna say Umti's Lee Sin cracked. Absolutely crazy Lee Sin gameplay.
MD looked a little slump in that game.
It was definitely sad.
Just fine. I mean, I guess
We got
his
one game, but I
impact,
do really think we should have had two.
Yeah, Core looked kind of off.
Oh,
Oopty
Core's
looked a little off.
that man is an in-game coach. I saw that man canceling autos, just spinning in circles, hooking whatever. It was crazy.
Yeah, he was
insane.
doing stuff like he got close
But-
the whole bit. He sent it in, and he didn't auto Zeus, and Zeus almost like 1v9 that fight.
But
Didn't back
Jan
off.
made me proud to be an American. That's all I'll say.
Oh yeah,
Real.
let's go Sean.
Hell yeah,
Sean.
Sean. Hell yeah, Sean.
Sean.
Hell
Amen.
Well,
Hey, look, he played way better considering like
Samira
World,
was hyped too.
Samir,
that's
he-
what I'm
he played
saying.
with a lot more confidence. He played.
Yep.
He threw himself in
He
there.
learned from the tragedy that was Worlds 23 for him.
When
Yeah.
we lost to a minor region team.
Yeah, that's not. That didn't happen again.
Damn. Yeah, but like.
We're not letting that happen again, right, guys? Alright, so-
Yeah, but FlyQuest.
Our
was
teams,
literally
our
8 games
teams
to
wouldn't
it's
let
not
that
really our
happen.
fault. It's not
C9
really
would
our
never
fault.
let that happen.
That was an EU team, so.
Yeah.
Realistically, LEC had one loss to a minor region team, and we were 1-0 against the LEC. I think if you think about it, of our one MSI team.
NA won.
And
I would have liked to beat you too.
yeah, but I'm worried we wouldn't have. So.
I would have been happy to see G2 go up against Team Liquid.
I'm worried that you would cheer for G2.
No, why would I? Why would I?
You're weird. You're strange.
You gotta remember, as a gambling man, I play certain sides to make sure I come out on top every time.
That's
But
it's always sunny in Philadelphia quote.
it is. I like reworded it myself,
I play
but
both, yeah.
I reworded it myself. But
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
esports versus G2.
Two.
Can I just say, G2 came out with 2 stomps in their lower bracket run. It felt great to see, but at the same time, it felt a little too easy. What top esports has I'm like, I started to think to myself, top esports has been kind of eh.
Yeah.
I don't know, like the loss against GENG must have done something to them. Like the loss against GENG, taking an L to like Fnatic, I feel like it did something to them. Because G2 had a very swift run through top esports. Like it didn't even feel like, oh, it was close, or oh, it was like a flip, like one Baron away or one Elder away. Like no, these games felt very like, I don't know, like G2 had a good amount of control.
For sure. Cream looked kind of weak. 369 is a beast, but he wasn't the beast he normally is. Dion, does his thing.
Yeah.
Jackie and Mako look good. I'll say that.
I was just happy to see that one prediction went right for me. I was very excited to see that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was right about the wrong pick and wrong about the right pick. Wait.
What?
What?
Yeah, I was right that T1 would beat TL but I was wrong that top would
Would
beat
beat
G2,
G2.
and I'd much rather be right that top would beat G2 and wrong that T1 would beat TL.
Well,
Sadly.
at the end of the day, yeah, the Europeans got completely smashed out by T1.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was weird.
It was so weird because I'm out here sitting like, all right, you know what? We went band for band with them in the winner's side of the bracket. Maybe this time something can be different. And good lord, it was different. Good lord, it really was different. It was a 3-0 and not even. I don't know. The scrims that were explained by, I think it was like Dylan that like had a complete explanation of him.
Romain.
Oh yeah, Romain. He had a whole explanation as to what was happening. If I can at least recall some of it. I don't know. They felt like the scrims were very like
Yep.
constructive, but also very. I don't know how he put
I-
them.
I think my favorite part of the scrims was that how they had a winning record against like LPL and GENG, and they were 0-4 against Fnatic in scrims.
Yeah, Fnatic scrim champions, And-
Fnatic scrim champions this season.
and then
I guess.
Fnatic going like 0-2.
Yeah, I mean G2 was getting leads, but they could. I always made like a monumental mistake and always cost them the
Yeah.
game.
See that's also what I talked about. I think I don't know what episode it was, but how G2, if they were to do that in the LEC, they would always get really good leads and then eventually make a mistake. But teams wouldn't punish them for these mistakes in the right ways, so G2 would just get away with it. I think G2 knew of that, but those mistakes happened on stage, and then T1 will capitalize off of that. They will even out the game. They will gain. They'll take their own lead, and then the game's done. Yeah, G2 losing. That's rough. The last hope for the West. And then we reached what? Billy versus T1. Can I just say, every photo of Faker looks hard as hell when he loses, by the way. Whether he loses or wins, like every photo they take of him on stage just looks hard as hell. I don't know how to put it.
More recently, look at his old photos. That man was greasy as hell.
I think
Poor
blame
guy.
the makeup department, bro.
The sun was on him and he was shining, is all I'm gonna say. Or the lights were on him and he was shining.
The lights were too bright.
The lights were quite bright. Not for his actual performance. Still, they were not bright enough for that. But
This series,
everything else,
I did not go back to watch. I could not tell you anything that had happened. All I have to say, Chinese supremacy, Billy. I have an account. Y'all gotta sponsor us. I love using the streaming platform. Goats. Anyone have anything to say about this series?
Mm,
Ahren, that's your team. That's who you predicted to win.
yeah, it was luckily we got some great bin games. That was what I was happy about. You know, Bin was the MVP of that series, and it was the Elk show. So I was just happy to see him perform. Got a good Jax game.
I am flipping through the bands. Oh my goodness. The Nidalee bands are actually hilarious to me.
Yeah, Nidalee getting prio in the
Oh
series,
my God,
across
wait.
these like last series were pretty.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. Yo, maybe that's China's weakness. Maybe that's China's weakness is Nidalee. Hold on, because I'm looking at the games where I'm obviously T1.
Legit played it.
Yeah. Well,
They won that game.
yeah, I see. Oh yeah, right here. But I'm looking at like one of the T1 games. Oh, they did get a Nidalee pick, but they lost. Okay, never mind. Maybe this needs to be studied more. Yeah, because I'm like flipping through some of these like overviews of the games. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Yeah, this was insane. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Jin did play. Oh, that was the one game they did win. Wow. And then what
Jin
happened
is-
next game? What the fuck? Oh my God, we drafted Tristana Zeri. Camille. Nidalee, this looks so... This screams... I don't even know how... Game 4 draft, yo, what happened to Billy? Wait. Camille, Nidalee, Tristana, Zeri, and then Nautilus. What? Against Azir? against against like Rumble, Lee Sin, Azir, Senna, and Maokai. I'll take Gen G's draft any day of the week. Oh my goodness. Billy's looks like you're on a timer. Like you're on a timer and every QTE has to be like executed correctly. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I'm still very happy for CHOVY. Yo, low key, Ahren be happy because if CHOVY's happy, that means Jojo Pune's happy.
I know that's all. That was my cope angle, cause my other cope angle was that finals was sick and genuinely
It was really
the
good fun.
really good finals. Obviously it was a 3-1, but it felt genuinely even closer.
It was intense,
And
bro.
game 3, of course that was the one Billy ended up winning.
Mhm.
But game 3, I genuinely think was my favorite game of League of Legends I've ever watched. It had. Well, you got to hear me out on this for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
I'm looking at this. Did Billy only ban 4 picks?
Yes, they
Yes.
misbanned that game.
Oh, nice. They didn't need it.
But yeah, game. I mean, I'll talk about the Billy end of it, and then you guys can talk about the Gen G end of it, because I know Brandon's gonna want to talk about his goat, Ahren. So let me break down my goat, the loser, Bin.
Mhm.
Not only did we get a Bin Jax game, in the exact same game, we got a Knight Jace game, and I'm a big Jace fan, so that was hype, because I know Bin does not play that shit. So yeah, the Jace Nidalee poke. I mean, you had like 40-second team fights of them just running around, throwing skill shots, dodging it. Bin would eventually get bored and into little because of every single champ on that team, on both comps, Jax had genuinely nothing to do in those team fights because he could not jump in, and you could literally just see Bin just walking around doing no damage and just get really fucking bored and eventually jump in and lose half of his health bar. But super hype game. If you want to watch one game, watch the whole series. But I think if you want to watch one game, watch that game 3. That shit was hype. Really fun team fights.
Zun went deathless. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Mhm. I liked all the picks in that series, like the Canyon Karthus, the
Canyon.
Nightvex.
Yeah. Oh my God, Canyon Karthus was so. Not Canyon Karthus, just Karthus. Watching that shit just delete everyone, and there was no counter to play to it, was depressing.
Enemy AC 130 above.
Imagine if he had First Strike.
He bring Dark
Yeah.
Harvest?
Yeah, Dark Harvest.
Oh my god, he did.
Yeah.
I guess it was a safer
But-
pick.
Break
Okay.
down the Gen G side of it. Those other 3
All
games.
right, Gen G. So I was actually at the gym watching these games, but
It's fine.
I did pay
We know
attention to
we know you
yeah.
rewatched them now, of course.
Yes. So
Okay.
Ahen's ended up. Wait. Well, first let me do the back. Ahen's one of my favorite supports to watch in general. He's like kind of the LCK version of like what you would say like Hylissang, I'd say. Because he's just doing random crazy stuff all over the map. Whatever, he's making insane plays and stuff. That's just why I
I'll
love
never
watching
forget.
him.
I'll never forget you foaming at the mouth at this dude running around unsinged.
Oh, Singe support. Yeah, I started playing some Singe support because of him. So he has inspired me to play some stuff. The Elite support, the Singe support, just all that stuff in general. So I've always enjoyed watching Lens. He's one of my favorite supports to watch. But yeah, he ended up getting the finals MVP. Mostly due to CHOVY looking a little off the series and everyone around him carrying, which is really good. That's actually what you would like to see from Gen G, particularly. But Mahens, the game that I particularly remember the most, right? You see Pays, you see the scoreline, you think, wow, Pays really carried.
Yo,
And
game
28,
2,
most
28, 2, and 7.
yeah. You think, oh wow, he did so much, but then you look at the game and see the underlying thing. It was all the blitzcrank. Lahens did all that work. He basically got those 28 kills for Pays. Literally, if you
Like,
look at the
for
if you
real.
look at the scoreline, it's literally a Genji gets a kill a minute in that game.
Not only
Like,
that,
mostly
but
because
I'm
of
looking at like Kin and
I was
Chovy.
slightly pissed that he did hit 28 kills because yes, it was a penta, which is probably a lot more hype, but 27 2 and 7 looked way better than 28 2 and 7 is all I'm gonna say. So I
Yeah.
was slightly pissed.
Lens, he looked so good this year. He's landing all these hooks. He's getting a pick on MA fight. They were playing
It
it.
was
They're making
crazy.
vision traps. They were just picking. He played so well. Like they masterclassed that draft because they picked the double marksman bot in the Xin Zhao, which is like Blitzcrank is very good at dealing with all those.
Yep.
So Lahenzi played extremely well for the series. In game 4, they also did a nice draft masterclass. I'll just say the ones that I particularly remember the most. The Maokai, they flexed the Maokai with Senna, which I've never seen before. I've never seen the
I'm pretty
farming.
sure the Maokai with the Senna T1 did that in the regular season. I'm pretty positive.
Really?
Or am I thinking Sejuani? Maybe I'm
Yeah, they
thinking
just said.
Sejuani.
They
I'd have
did
to
Sej
let me
for
look
sure,
back at it.
but
Actually,
they wouldn't have done Sej support for sure. But I don't know. I'm not 100% on that.
I'll look at it and you keep going.
Yeah, but the Maokai, it was a really good, strong pick to go for. Right, the BLG picks the Zeri Nautilus because Nautilus is a very easy counter. Pick to Zeri, so you get rid of the counter. It's like you pick. That's why you see a lot of teams drive Vi with the Zeri, so they can get rid of that counter pick. So what Genji does is they pick the Maokai, so they can have the easy point and click to just easily engage on the Zeri whenever they need to. Obviously, I can play Maokai, and it's something I do if Nautilus is banned. I sometimes wish I could play Nasus, but some people don't let me.
Who are those people?
But Maokai.
I think
wonder.
the answer is. Oh, okay. Wait, was this Maokai top? Because they had a game where it was the draft was Maokai, Poppy, Vi were all in the game, and then the other 2 picks didn't matter. And I think did they put Maokai top? What?
I don't think so.
That's well.
Oh, was it Poppy support? It was
Yeah,
the Poppy
it was
support
Poppy
game?
support. Zeus Maokai top.
Yeah, I do remember hearing
That
like,
was yeah.
But yeah, it was a very smart pick. I've never seen the farming Maokai before with the Senna, but it's very smart.
That's so goofy.
I didn't anticipate Pace to be a very good Senna player, but he played very well.
They lost.
The snipes in the first game was pretty funny. The bin, where bin
did
TP's away, and then he gets hit by the Senna. But yeah, I think Lahens played very well. Genji drafted very well in the series. I really like the Maokai pick. Maokai are one of the just best.
When was
abilities.
the card this picked for game 1? Like where in the draft? Because how do you? I'm trying to like map this out in my head.
Also, guys, I was maybe looking at the bands and not the picks, but yeah, there was no. I'm just crazy.
Oh, when you were saying Maokai Sejuani.
Yeah, it was not Maokai top. They did do Poppy support, but it was Maokai. There was never Maokai top. It was just one of the bands, and I was looking at them.
Yeah, because I'm running through these picks like how, bro. I just want to know what was drafted first for Genji because I like they that card that's just found its way in, worked, and I guess it was just a one-off since they didn't pick it anymore. They were on red side for game 2 actually. I don't know how you make that happen.
Yeah. Draft masterclass, I'll say. And I guess we can move on to Pays because they talked about the hands. Pays looked really, really good in the series, which surprised because I agreed with when Kadril said that out of LCK and LPL, the hands Pays bot lane did look the weakest out of the regular season. But they definitely woke up.
They did.
Pays looked really good.
Senna is so
he's
cringe.
still definitely
Oh
the
my
weakest
God.
player on the team, but he's like the weakest player on Genji. That's still on Genji. You're still doing all this work. Pays played well first game with the Senna. Second game, that Callista game. When you're playing Callista with players like Lehens or Hillisang, it's not really to, or like Mickey X, it's not really to, you know, send them in. It's more of just to bring them back because they're doing.
They're
some
coming
crazy
back
shit.
with somebody.
Yeah.
The
doing some
Blitzcrank,
crazy
the Blitzcrank Callista technology. Blitzcrank lands a
It's so
hook and you just bring him in with you.
That deck is so funny.
Callistas
that,
are
man,
being
Callista,
able to bring two
He gets
people.
Pays gets his 8th career pentakill. This is his 2nd year. He has
Brendan,
his eighth-
tell me, champs.
He has 7 unique pentakills. 7 pentakills on unique champs, which is let me see if I can remember through my head.
What was the double?
Kaisa. It was
Zeri, 100%.
Kaisa, Zaya, Jinx, Zeri, Aphelios,
Smolder,
Smolder. Okay, yep, should have guessed that one. I'm just guessing, by the way. I have no idea, but I just.
Ezreal. Wait, so let's see.
He had an Ezreal penta.
Yeah, I think he had Ezreal penta.
He must have gotten leftovers. How the fuck you get a pentacle on Ezreal?
It's just Landish stuff, and like it's all like in the LCK, by the way. Like Gala has 8 pentas, but one of them is in the LDL, the Academy. And so
Yeah.
technically, Pays has more major region
Gala
pentas
8.
than Gala, who's literally dubbed the Pentakill Prince, by the way.
Yeah.
Let me
because
double
Gala's
check.
Maybe
washed.
Gullah makes it into the Hall of Fame.
Does he?
Now,
He's still playing.
now I'm like flipping through like different players, like, because after that discussion, I'm still thinking about that.
Yeah, the double is Kaisa. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah, so the recent one was Callista.
Yes, I am an ADC player who has earned a penta on Smolder and Zeri. And we pan over to the, what is it, the Buzz Lightyear gif. There's a bunch of them.
But yeah.
And Kaisa, Israel, Zaya, Zeri, Kaisa, Varus, Smolder, Callista. And this was like, what's funny is, so Canyon has been, because the last pentakill in an international final was from, no, was it Ghost? No, it was Gala, but that game didn't count, which is really funny to talk about, actually.
Wait, which game?
It was like game 1 or 2 for MSI Finals 2022. Gala got a pentakill, but it didn't count because they had to reset that entire game.
Oh my god, I do remember that.
So Gala has the only pentakill that was discontinued, which is such a funny stat to have.
A discontinued penta.
But yeah, I think Ghost had the recent one with the Trist Game 4, which was, of course, the Damn One Gaming versus RNG, right?
Yeah.
So Canyon was present for both of those. For Canyon. I'd like to think that Pays is like a new Ghost, but obviously Pays is the youngest player. You don't really need him to be in supporting roles. You already have Keen and Lens to do all that.
Yeah.
Keen played stellar. He's one of the best weak side players I've seen. He also plays the lane stops really well just because how old he is. It's just how it is. Canyon, of course, looked great. Seeing the Nidalee, seeing the Karthus is fun. It's gonna be even stronger with the new item in the game. Let's see. Oh god, Karthus, man. And of course CHOVY. As Eddy said, he did it.
He beat the allegations. He's not a choker anymore. He has an international title. The
He's
church.
actually won the World Cup, the Asian Games, but like.
Nah, that doesn't count. Like that does count, but at the same time, that's not like. No one's gonna remember that.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, Pays has won every single finals he's ever been in.
Oh, I was about to say, yeah. Okay, wait. Oh my God, wait.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Because
because Genji is technically three-peated, right?
Yeah, they three-peated.
Also, here's the other thing about the Asian games, right? Is can you really count an international trophy that didn't include us in it, NA or EU? Like, is it a real trophy if you didn't have to go through us to get it?
That's kind of true.
That's real.
Yeah.
Had to be like basically PSG Talon, basically Gam,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Team Wales.
Yeah. But
Mhm.
But yeah, MSI, great MSI. I think it has a really good format. Honestly, I think I like it better than Worlds format, but
I think I enjoyed the Swiss stage.
that's beside the fact. I enjoyed the Swiss stage, but I like double elimination a lot. I do wish double elimination had some benefit for the winner's side of it, though.
It never will.
That's my only issue for it.
With
I don't know,
League of Legends, it's like
good
impossible
ideas.
to. It's kind of impossible
It's not impossible.
because
I
like,
think
what do you do for a bracket reset if
best
you're
of
on
three.
win?
Or
Nah, this is a MOBA. It's not like
you
a fighting
play-
game. The environment's different. Like I sit here and think about it.
You
Like
do the environment. No. Okay, you had two options. I think LS laid out two really good options for a bracket reset, or for the lack of a bracket reset. If you're on winner's side, and you lose the first set, it's first set best of 5, second set best of 3. So then maximum 8 games played. So not too bad. Or best of 7, no bracket reset, and winner's side has 1 game.
best of 7. Wait, you'd be there for?
I've heard that before.
No,
Ooh.
it's only 6 games max. That's 1 more game. With the best of 7, winner gets 1 game.
Wait, if it's best of 7, technically speaking, you could reach up to 7 games, right?
No, you couldn't, because
Mm.
winner gets
3.
1 game.
Yeah, winner gets 1 game already.
Oh, okay.
He just doesn't listen.
Nah, I'm still not. I don't know. It's like outside of what we've normally been doing. Not unless you wanted to experiment, but I don't know how willing Riot would be to experiment with that kind of format on the international
I
stage.
don't know. It's clearly unfair for the winners.
Oh, 100%.
So I think there should be something done. That's my only issue with double elimination, is there's nothing for the winner's final side. I think it's inherently less hype to do a best of 7 with 1 game.
Mhm.
But so my vote would be best of 3 on reset. But at the same time, I don't know. I think
Something should change.
it's weird. Something should change if you're gonna do double elimination. So that's my only problem with it. But yeah. I think that was. Anything else?
Is that everything? I think that was all
I
news.
got a question
Well,
for you, though. I got a question for you, Aaron.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you think I learned this is a title that some players have? Do you think
Uh-huh.
Thanatos is gonna be a Royal Roader?
What's that?
It is a player who wins their first split of a major region.
Oh, yes, I do think he'll be a Royal Roader.
I think so
First.
too. No, because like what C9 finished 3rd in what our regular season for spring.
But
I believe with a top lane that actually does something. Yeah, I think we can be able to actually like win.
I think they will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess the last thing is we will be back, assuming the LCS starts up the 15th, like Gafford said. We will be back uploading on the 11th, which I believe is that Tuesday. So we're taking a little bit of a break. We might have a special guest star, we might not, we'll see. But yeah.
Oh my God, guys! It's Mother's Day today, guys. Oh no.
Okay, you can't get me with that. It's Mother's Day on the 15th.
Damn. It was the 12th, to be fair.
Was it the 12th? I thought it was the 15th.
I see. Yep.
Oh no, 15th was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
No, I didn't forget it. I just don't know my. Yeah, 15th.
Hi,
was a Wednesday.
Jacob.